Free.
Yeah. Hey guys. Sorry we're late. Clayton and I were just chatting and yeah, time just flew by.
Yeah, like 10
Uh
minutes went by just like that. Sorry.
yeah. And it tends to do that when we're chatting here on
hmm
on the stream too, so which is good cuz means we're having fun. But Clayton, good to see you, sir.
Good to
Welcome
see you.
to welcome to the Watchdog podcast.
Yeah. Good to be back doing episodes. It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was binging it a couple of days ago. Was it?
Sorry
No,
I
it was
re-
yesterday.
sorry I made fun of Grand Seiko. Well, I didn't really make
Yeah.
fun of Grand Seiko. Just
No, no.
no.
It
I
was
still I still think they're great watches.
yeah. I was listening to it and I was like, "Oh, I'm really late listening to this," but Clayton didn't mention anything.
I think
But
last week we were just a bit the things that were offensive with watches, and I said I kind of did that on the podcast, but yeah, nothing. No, it was also watches I've handled, which sometimes people make fun of watches that they've never seen in person or something. So I
right.
felt like it was justified since I've actually owned those watches.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
but still, whatever.
love the Transformers theme.
Yeah.
A Brainstorm.
Idiot.
That's really no, it's really creative.
Oh,
I
thanks.
audibly chuckled while I was working. Um, so yeah, thankfully there's pressure washers going off all over the place, so people didn't look at me like I was some crazy guy laughing to myself. It was good. It was really good, guys. If you haven't seen it,
Oh, thanks.
you
Thank
have to
you.
listen to Watchdog podcast. So,
Thanks.
um, but what's on yours, sir?
So I bought it was my birthday. I bought a new birthday broke a 61-day watch buying fast, which I think is my longest ever.
Yeah,
So I bought like a very weird watch. It's hard 'cause it's like a it's a frosted Fortis Art Edition. It's called the Frisson. So it's actually like frosted, and it's not the most hygienic watch because like you get the best result by literally like sticking your finger in your mouth and wiping the dial. Then you can see it for a while, then it fogs back up. It's imagine like its baseline is like your glasses being fogged up
yeah,
and then wiping the lens. That's what it's like. It's a really cool watch. It's very interesting. I'd never heard of it. It popped up on Topper, and I've been eyeing it for weeks. It's been there a while,
yeah.
and then I just after we chatted last week, I decided to go for it, and it came in. It's very cool. So
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up. What's it called again?
it's the yeah, there's a bunch of different
Fortis.
words. Fortis Art Edition Frisson Frisson.
Got it. Let me.
It's a 10, 11-year-old watch. It came out in 2012. There are none for sale anywhere else.
It's
I looked this watch up. It's like there are none on Chrono24. There are none on eBay.
it is
Um,
so cool.
it's
It is
very cool.
incredible.
It's kind of fun to have to interact with a watch. So yeah, this artist Rolf Sachs, he's done 3 other editions like hand-drawn dials for Fortis over the years. Um, it's very cool. It's
Yeah.
yeah, and
Oh,
it,
so
it
good.
it's not you can actually see the time just fine. It doesn't have indices, so it's not you're not using it for precise timekeeping by any stretch. But the loom on the hands is actually long lasting as it looks like
Yeah.
it might be from those pics. But yeah, it's something neat. Never heard of it before, and I don't know. I'm more and more drawn to these type of watches lately. So
Yeah.
I went for it.
Do you think you'd keep that jelly strap on?
Yeah, I like it. I like that it's fitted. So
Yeah.
it was actually uncut. So
Okay.
whoever owned this watch did not, and the stickers are still on it, actually. But
Wow.
I thought it looked nice. It's fitted. It's very comfortable. So I cut it. It was actually my
Yeah.
first strap cutting experience.
Okay. There you go.
So I used
And the clasp is right in the middle?
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep, right in the middle. Yep. Pretty
Yeah, there
much,
you
yep.
go.
So, yeah, it's very comfy. I may like switch it to something else, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's really a fun watch, and you can actually buy because this watch is 11 years old now, and the crystal still does the gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know how long that will last. So
Oh, it's
you could
I mean, it's gotta be an etched glass, right?
no,
Like
it's coated. There's a coating on it.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a coating on it. So you can actually buy though there's no watches, there's none of these on eBay, but you can actually buy a replacement crystal for it on
Okay.
eBay.
Okay.
So, which is
Very
cool.
interesting.
But yeah,
I would
it's
think they would have done like the thing, phone manufacturers do now to make the phones less slippery.
mm,
Like I'm taking my phone case off here because they etch the crystal. And my follow-up question was whether it's gonna be so this is like frosted glass here.
okay.
Um, and
Yeah,
they
this is mineral crystal and it has some sort of like special coating on it. It's on
okay.
the website.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Very interesting.
yeah. How about you? What are you wearing?
On my wrist is go full screen. Longines Legend Diver
Very
36
nice.
Burgundy. Yeah. I'm so the story behind this, I got rid of my SBGW 287. Yeah, 287. That's the Grand Seiko with the burgundy um texture dial. I mean, I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
this thing this thing is it's not just the price. I mean, I think this is a better watch in the sense of in my collection. This is a way more interesting watch in my collection. Now if it was just between this and the Grand Seiko, I'd still go for this. um, but that's just me. I think objectively the Grand Seiko's better, but subjectively, oh
Right.
man, oh man, just a
It's
couple of oro, you know. GGB there.
I haven't seen a better watch in donkey's years.
Yeah.
I was staring at your thumbnail for tonight's live. Actually, I was looking at the watch against the backdrop of the steering wheel. I was like, wow, that is a really nice watch.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I don't miss the Grand Seiko because of that.
you
I
bought the
bet
green one, right?
I had the green one, and then
Yep.
I got rid of the green one around the time where they announced the reddish burgundy one,
Yes.
with the
Yep.
deep red one, and then I got the deep red one, and then shortly after I got this one, and I probably
Yep.
shouldn't have got this one. That kind of ruined that one there. Well, let's say hi to everyone in the chat here. We got Amin. Good to see you. Amin just had a live stream. Uh,
Yeah, caught that.
yeah, very interesting
Hmm.
conversation. I agree. I agree with the guys on there. Um, I don't understand why they're called homages and not knockoffs because they are knockoffs.
Yeah.
They are copy watches. It's, anyway, Bruno, good to see you. Bill K, good to see you, sir. Um, Scott, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, Amin just did a state of the collection too.
Yeah, I saw that come up.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah,
watched it. It came up not too long before we went on, so I haven't
okay.
watched it yet. But
Yeah, same here. Good to see you, Kevin. Hope you're doing well. Um, Kevin Hawthorne, good to see you in Lake in Florida. Pale Horse is here. We got BJ. We got Walter. Good to see you. Hey, Bobby Legs. Good to see you, sir. Jinx Canada. Good to see you, fellow Canadian. Um, Quorum Bubble, he's asking. Um, Not for me. Interesting watch. Uh, the Quorum Bubble has like that eyeball one, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have like this fear of eyes?
Not really. More like well, I'm a horror movie guy. Eye stuff's okay. Teeth stuff is no thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't do any gore anymore, but um, yeah, I'm like, oh, that guy was so precious. He's infinitely valuable. How could he have died? But
Our
anyway.
our mortgage guy has a Corum, was it the Admirals? It's like a sailing
Oh,
themed.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I handled it because I was like, "Oh, what are you wearing?" And yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah,
Not exactly my style, not really for me, but it was well made. You could tell it was a high-end watch for sure. It was nice.
yeah. Quorum, Admirals. I'm not doing
Yeah.
that right. Admirals Cup. To refresh my memory. It's this guy,
Um,
right?
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Or it was very similar to that, if that not that exact same one. I'm not sure there was a small seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
But
And
yeah, it was that those exact indices though, I think.
yeah,
Felt
paper
great.
flags.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's so cool.
Oh
This is
wow.
so cool.
All right, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good. This I remember when the Watchfinder video came out, I made my wife watch it. She does not like eyeball stuff. Um like just to creep her out, what I do is I start describing like a LASIK eye surgery. You know how they take like this what looks like a cigar cutting thing, they snip
Oh
the
God.
outer layer, then they peel it back. And yeah, she runs out of the room. She doesn't. I'm sorry if anyone here has like a fear of eyes.
It's queasy with
Um,
eye stuff.
yeah, there you go. Sorry, sorry guys. um, Chaz, how's it going? Good to see you. We got Deech. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hobby Baba Bobby, Hobby Baba Booey. That's
Baba
good.
Booey.
That's good. Good to see you. Nilo, how's it going? Sympathy for the bezel. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Pierre Martin. Hey, it's been a while. Good to see you. We're in the, whoa, G-Shock 6900 Bamford. That's that one right there. Yeah.
Nice.
um, Sent to me by Chaz. Chaz, we're in the PAM 111. Very cool.
Awesome.
Hey, Tom. Good to see you. Mr. Will Stork. Always an honor.
He's killing
Torin.
it on Instagram, by the way.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of followers in a short time. He's
Yeah.
great at it.
Yeah. I just saw the Cartier
Hmm.
Santos reel. Oh, made me want one again.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, good to see you, sir. Feels like it's been a while chatting with you. Hope you're doing well. Hey, if you ever want to come on, let me know. Um, will be an honor to have you here. Uh, Curtis, how's it going? 3861. Yes, for me, he says. Love that, Speedy. Another one that got the little no from.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. We don't
It
take.
wasn't for me.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Mez9's here. Good to see you. Ken Spear, how's it going? Our beloved friend UWC. Good to see you. Everyone's a beloved friend. Just came to me at that point. Sorry. Not meaning to single out anyone there. Uh, hey, Hans Wilsdorf. I mean, Tom's wearing the GW 6900. There you go. HAL 9000 on his wrist. Says underachieving watch collector. I'm gonna skip down here. I hope I didn't miss anything. Bruno saying don't let people watch the crawling eye. That
Hmm.
sounds pretty bad. A little weird,
I
but
can point I can point you to some cool eye kills and some
oh
horrible ones
no,
for
no.
sure.
No, no. I'm okay. MST, good to see you. Hey Waben, good to see you. And we're down at the bottom here. Tom saying thanks for the plug. New Cartier Tank Francais large could be my next watch. Um, I don't think I've warmed up to the Francais. Wow, butchering that pronunciation, but uh, I don't think I can
It's been
say.
a bit divisive from what I've seen. Some people either love it or hate it, it seems,
Yeah,
from what I've seen online so far, the reaction.
it it seems like it seems like that's a lot of Cartier watches though, right?
Hmm.
Like is that the new one?
People like the older one better, I think,
There we
is
go. That's the
probably,
new one.
yeah.
Oof. I mean, it's more Santosy, you know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know.
The end links, I'm just not sure if are for me, but
Yeah, but
their
yeah, hey,
watches
if
are
you
just
like
so
it,
great though. They're just killer.
yeah, Cartier's nice. And man, it's crazy how easily I'm influenced because when you were talking about Cartier and the Santos again, and I saw the Cartier from Tom, I was already making plans in my head.
Does your AD have Cartier?
No,
No.
no, I'd have to sell stuff and get it the hard way. But
Tom, where did you check those out? Were you local? Tom lives like 10 minutes from me, actually. We
oh,
we we,
really?
are, we live very close to each other. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Scott's saying the gold Cartier tank Francais is good. Let's take a look at that one.
Oh yeah, that's real nice.
Yeah.
I think the Cartier gold watches are like gold Santos. Oh boy,
Yeah.
they just look so good. Well, the first one I had the two-tone rose gold bezel.
Oh, you did? You had oh yeah,
That
yeah,
one I
yeah.
bought, yeah,
Yeah, the older model, right?
the 100 Santos
Yeah.
100.
Forgot about that. I don't think these are the modern ones. Oh, oh, wait. I think that's a new one. Looks pretty good. Yeah, still, I'm a little cold on it, but there's something for everyone with Cartier, you know.
Yeah.
um. Whoa, thank you, Mr. Legs. You're too kind. Seriously, you guys really shouldn't. um, Seiko SNR Diver Omega SMP 300. Oh, SNR.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, SNR.
same for me.
Yeah, I mean you could get a screaming deal on an SNR 029 or something.
Hmm.
Um, and you get spring drive, right? Bobby, you don't have spring drive. You need spring drive. But yeah, the would the objective answer be SMP 300? It's hard to pull myself out of my Seiko fanboyism.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've owned an asset level, the SLA 043. I would take that over an S&P 300 any day.
That's what I yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it all depends on all depends. Like the some people really like the bracelet for the SMP, and that seems to be the thing that really you either like it or it's not comfortable on your wrist.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I what do you think of the new was it the SLA with
Oh,
the like globe on the dial or the that pattern, whatever that is?
it was some ship thing, right? Was
Yeah,
it? Yeah. No. I'd take the 043. I mean the tones of blue are really nice, like the newer
yeah.
tones of blue, but um not a huge fan of that
I
one. I
saw a
mean,
real life picture of it and it looked way better
oh yeah.
than the renderings. Seiko, that's always the case.
Yeah, Seiko can't
Yeah.
do stock photos really well. But Seiko SLA, I want to say 059. Is it
I thought it
59?
was 067,
Oh, 67. Okay.
I think, but maybe not.
Um,
Could be wrong on that too.
well, it's always odd. There we go. 65.
65.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, I don't understand.
It's distracting almost, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It, why? I don't know. The
Yeah.
blues are really nice. Like the tones of blue are really nice, and they like it's so close because they don't have that baby blue second sand, right? That was my issue with the 043. I didn't think those two blues
Right.
matched for me personally, but so this one's there, but then there's this weird thing going on in the back. It
I'd like to
reminds
see it
me,
in person.
yeah, that's true. Reminds me of the Dat Watt a little.
Hmm.
Um, the Oris Dat Watt. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's odd.
S65s.
It's the design, but
Yeah,
I do
I
like
don't know.
that case though.
What do you guys think? In the chat, if you guys like that design, that pattern in the back. Uh, You know what it reminds me of? Those spirograph things.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
But I think I wanted to bring this one up. Jason traded 6 microbrand watches for a Breitling Navitimer.
Wow.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats. Congrats.
Yeah, that's I think that's a win. Um, because usually, selling microbrands is a losing battle. But from what I hear, um, Curtis says the mesh bracelet on the SMP 300 is a game changer for him. Um, yeah, I've it looks good.
Is it
Um,
different? Does it conform to the wrist? Because the titanium one for the No Time to Die does not, and that was that ended up being the reason I moved on from it. So yeah, if it has some flexibility, then for sure, because it looks awesome.
yeah, I think it's the same as
Okay.
the No Time to Die, but it's in steel. So
Okay, so probably the same build and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
you had an issue with the clasp or just the whole bracelet in general?
Well, because it doesn't hug the wrist because it
Mm.
just it has no give. So it's the clasp would be really tight, but then the bracelet you could like stick your finger in
Oh,
between because that watch those work better on a bigger wrist.
right,
If you
yeah.
have a bigger wrist to fill it out, then you're good.
But you said you have a small wrist, but you've got a 7-inch wrist.
Right.
That's
I think
big.
I think with those like 7 1/4 to 7 1/2, you're golden. Because the
Yeah,
guy I sold that to has a 7 1/2, and it works. It's awesome on him.
yeah.
He has no problems with it.
Hmm. But yeah, you don't have a small wrist. I
I
have
guess
a
it's
small
average. I guess it's average wrist.
yeah. Yeah. I'd say a lot of people I know have like 6.5 to 6 and 3/4 inch wrist.
Yeah.
So you're in that average spot. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, but one thing I wanted to open this
Oh.
live because I mean I opened it, but then I put it right back in. So Clayton sent me this amazing watch. I'm I, I'm getting gifted G Shocks left, right, and center. But this, oh, if you guys don't notice, I'm like a Nintendo nerd. I've got Nintendo, like it's all Nintendo here, except that's PlayStation, but all Nintendo. And yeah, this is a very,
I'm glad you
very
like it.
generous gift.
It took a long time to end up actually sending it to you.
Yeah,
But
but no, no, I mean, I didn't even know this thing came out. Like, if I probably would have bought it myself if if I knew, but it's so cool.
the
Like,
packaging is
it,
awesome.
I mean, they've taken so much effort for usually people do special editions and they just don't really think about it, but I gotta show you guys this. Okay, we're here. So it's a G-Shock Square, right? It's a DW 5600 SMB. Even the code is cool. SMB, Super
Yeah.
Mario Bros, right? um so this thing has, let me go full screen. Probably should have done that earlier. um it's got a repeating 8-bit Mario motif on the strap, and I got the Koopa shell here, and yeah, it's so cool. The colors are. I mean, I don't think this would go with anything. Not that I match anything I wear anyway, but wow.
Yeah, no, it'll pretty much clash with anything anyone would
Yeah,
wear. But yeah, I wanted you to have it. I thought it was. I realized that pretty quickly. I probably wasn't gonna wear it. It was just gonna like sit in a display case. So I thought I knew you would like it. So
yeah.
I'm glad you got it.
No, thank you, sir. I
Of
I will
course.
wear it. And yeah, very generous of you guys and Clayton for all the kind gifts. I don't deserve any of it. Um, Seriously, I deserve to pay you all. Like, so, okay, a lot of people like Watchfinder, right? They spend so much time doing videos and scripts, and they deserve money, right? Because they put a lot of work for free. Like, we get free entertainment. What do I do? I just sit here and get the privilege of talking to you, Clayton. Get the privilege of talking to everyone here in the live chat. It's a privilege that I need to pay you money for. Like, I need to give you guys
Okay.
money. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. I opened up a PayPal account. So I can actually do it now. I held out for 15 years
Wow.
because of a grudge I had with PayPal, but I finally did it. Um, because apparently people are using my extra wallet code and I'm actually getting some commission. So hey,
Nice.
that's really, yeah. Again, why? But very kind.
Well, I think
All
I can speak for everybody here that you're probably one of the most down to earth watch YouTube guys, and you take your every Saturday. People look forward to this. We all look forward to hearing what you have to say and chatting, and yeah, that's why, because you're you.
no, no. Um, but that's very kind of you to say, sir. Um, and man, what a gift. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm glad you like it.
Yes, sir. Honored. So, oh, I can't wait to do a state of the collection. All right. Chad saying he really likes the 065. So the SLA 065 live pictures are really nice. Not sure I love the dial pattern, but it's tempting. Oh, be cool to see it on Chaz's wrist. Um, I think it would fit him really well because it is thick. Um, Mr. Deech,
Is that the
it is
cheapest
thick.
you can get into an 8L 2900? Are there cheaper 8L?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
like the Marine
used
Master
you can.
300.
But aren't those like 32-ish new? You can get obviously used, you can get them for like 22, 23,
Yeah, but this is pretty pricey, isn't it?
2900 US.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that changes things. Oh, seriously, it's
Yeah, that's what it
oh
is.
wow,
So you can get a discount on it, and it's doing
wow.
okay.
Well, I mean, when you put it that way,
Next Saturday. I
well,
know.
I probably couldn't. What was the 043? That was like close to 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, like 45.
Wow. Why did
Yeah.
the price come? Oh, maybe this is not this
Well,
is
that
an
was Ever
Everbrilliant steel?
Brilliant Steel.
Okay,
This one's not.
okay,
Yeah.
that explains it.
Yeah.
I just assumed this was Everbrilliant steel because that's the only time I've seen this watch case, um, other than the SLA 017. But I just assumed it was Everbrilliant. But yeah, okay, 29. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. But the Marin Master 300, yeah, you can get a lot of good deals on that.
Yeah. Yep.
So like the SLA 023, SLA 021, good deals to be had.
Yeah. Even the one I had that Bobby actually just did an unboxing the other day. That was actually my old watch, but Toppers had
Yeah.
those for after their discount for about what you can get a 021 and 023 for. Not much
Really?
more. Yeah.
The
So
Sagaiha? Oh,
yeah, that's the guy,
so
huh?
the the Sagaiha in Burgundy, if I had the wrist, oh,
Oh
that
yeah.
would be so nice.
Very, very pretty watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
can
haven't
see
seen
the
very many
pattern
people.
more on the Burgundy, I
Yeah?
think. That was hard for me to capture in pictures,
Mm,
that
mhm.
pattern. It really had to get I'm not a very skilled photographer in the least, but I had to get the lighting like just right to show, because it really is a pretty dial, but if you don't hit it right, it doesn't look as impressive.
Right. I've still never seen I've never seen one in the flesh. I don't
Mm,
know if it's US only. It is
I think
US
it is.
only.
It
It
is.
is,
Yeah.
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 That explains it.
Yep.
I'm sure they'll pop up sooner or later across the border.
Hmm. Oh, I'm sure.
Um, but just catching up here on the chat. Curtis saying under 6 3/4 and the mesh wouldn't be ideal. Talking about the Omega mesh.
Yeah.
But I do feel stainless steel mesh is slightly more flexible than the titanium. Oh,
Mm, good.
interesting. Um, Someone I work with actually picked up stainless steel mesh for his Aquaterra. So it's the one from the SMP 300, but he picked it up for the Aquaterra, and
Okay.
he's really loving it. He's got a bigger wrist, so
I think Tom actually used the rubber strap for the Aquaterra on the SMP. I think I have that right.
oh really?
Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
looked
yeah, yeah.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I've seen pictures of that.
Hmm.
That looks way better.
It looked good.
Yeah. Um, Live unboxing here. Chaz has the
Oh, geez, thank you.
podcast link there.
Thank you,
I should have
guys.
the podcast link in the description as well.
Very
Um,
kind of you. Thank you.
yeah, no worries. Um, you guys are being too kind, so I'm gonna skip over that. um, Deech, there you go. This is too thick. Don't really care for the tile. Um, yeah. If
I wonder how distracting it is, and especially at like the 5 and 10. I hate it up there. That dial.
yeah, 5 and 10.
Yeah, I don't like what it does up there.
Oh,
It's very distracting
yeah.
to me anyway.
Um, let's see. Not that special steel at the price. Yeah. Um, epoxied crown. Really?
Mm,
Huh. That's interesting.
you're getting it this week. I know it.
Well, no, this is downer, right? Epoxy.
Uh,
No,
I
I'm not.
don't know.
I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I would. I was tempted to get the 043 though, because I feel like there was a batch of 043 sent out recently.
I've been seeing a lot of them on like Seiko Facebook groups and and all over. It seems like people are yeah, wearing those a lot, getting
Yeah,
those.
but nearby ADs, both of them got multiple 043s
Hmm.
sent to them, and it was like a surprise. They didn't expect to get them. Because when I asked about it, because it popped up on my AD's website, and I asked about it, and they said the sales guy said, "Huh, weren't those like from 2020 or something?" And I said, "Yeah, but it's on your website." So he went to the back, and he was like, "I guess this came in."
Huh.
So yeah, maybe Seiko's doing that slow drip, and they've got so many watches they've launched that that slow drip became a bit of a
Yeah,
yeah,
I bet you can
but
get a nice discount on them too.
yeah. So yeah, it was tempting, but that blue seconds hand, oh, it's hard to. I might get over
I
it.
like that. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it, but yeah, I can see how it could be polarizing.
yeah, yeah. I could see how it could be enjoyable. So I'm hoping my taste changed a little bit, and I'm able to because I really love the 043. Um, I know it's thick, and it looks really. It looks like if you think the Black Bay 58 925 looks big on my wrist, because of the thickness of the 043, it looks even bigger. Yeah, it really doesn't overhang, but it looks like it overhangs, which yeah, which is why I don't take too much
Well, the lugs
too
shoot straight out, and it just yeah, it sits thick. It sits high.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. Oh well. Um,
one of those that like yeah, in pictures is just gonna look like it's bigger than it actually is.
yeah. Um, I don't know if you wanna talk about our plan, like, for one of the future streams, or if we should save we should probably save that for discussing that for a
Or
little
we could
later.
get ideas on which brands to
That's
include.
true. Do you wanna kinda pitch the idea to our
Yeah,
friend?
so I was thinking, I was hiking with my dog today, and I was thinking about just ideas for podcast, and one came up for Super Bowl weekend to do like playoff style with watch brand logos. But I thought, well, it would probably play better on a visual format where maybe we could like, show the logos and pit like logos against each other in playoff style, and maybe the people in the chat vote, and we somehow tally that real quick, and then we do like a playoff style and then have a brand logo Super Bowl. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but just came to me.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that being really fun. Um, I'm trying to look up, like, Super Bowl playoff charts, uh, but
Yeah, so well, the way they do it now is it used to be 12 teams total, but now it's like it's 7 teams. So like there's only 2 teams get a bye.
okay. So it's kinda
So
like this? Or were you thinking
right,
something like that?
right,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah,
But then we'd have to pick like 1 or 2 brands to get a first round bye.
right. So Grand Seiko naturally,
Grand
right?
Seiko, of course. Grand Seiko and Omega or something could get
Yeah.
by.
Rolex, maybe?
Rolex, yeah, the
Yeah.
Crown.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
We got
we
our
could do
2
that.
buys.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. So we should probably have, like, a couple of, um, maybe maybe we'll have, like, a bunch of categories for each brand, and we could have like a bunch of people. We could ask a bunch of people to set the Saturday aside to join us,
Yeah,
and we could have the chat vote, and then we could also have like a scoring, and then we could see which one actually like objectively gets through, in a semi-objective, semi-subjective
right.
way. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we could have like
Awesome.
heritage, value for money maybe, or something we
Yeah,
can
totally.
flesh out a bit, and then it'll be a bit more than, oh, I like that one, oh, I don't like that one.
Right.
Okay, it will be, yeah. I think that would be fun.
I like that. Yep, we should
Yeah,
do that.
it'd
And
be
we
good
have a
if
few weeks to figure it all out too.
yeah, yeah, there you go. When is the Super Bowl?
So I think like February 12th. So
Okay.
we have a few weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll start working on a graphic there.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Clayton. It's
I
gonna be
thought
fun.
I was thinking about it for the podcast. I was like, nah, it'll be much better in a visual format. So
Yeah, yeah. We could do a podcast too.
yeah,
Well, we
sure.
can chat about it on the podcast and like
Right.
go through the results.
Yeah,
But
that'd be good.
yeah.
Results show the next day on the podcast.
Yeah. It's like TV and radio.
Right.
Um, but let's see, catch up with the chat again here real quick. Sympathy for the bezel asking about the SLA 055 I used to have. Um, I'm actually I'm actually keeping a lookout for the 057. So that's the one Corey has. Um, Corey's Instagram, I can't quite remember. I think it's just his
Kentucky
name,
man. Oh yeah, his I believe his Instagram is just his name.
just his
Yes.
name. Yeah. I won't say his name just in case. But yeah, Corey used to
Yeah.
have the 057. Seeing the 057 pictures really got me hankering for that.
He loves that
Uh,
watch. That's
he
like his,
does.
yep.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's his, as McMahon would say, signature watch.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm kind of semi keeping an eye out for an 057 to pop up. I would like to have an 057. There's just too many good watches. So if it were between the 043 and the 057, I would pick the 057. So that is my preferred Seiko dive watch case, like the
Mhm.
6951. No, that can't be right. I forget the case style name, but
Yeah, I don't know.
that is my preferred one. Let's see. Hey, Greg, good to see you, sir. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Where's Gary? Says Greg. Where is Gary? Oh, one of the comments from Mr. Deb here about last night's live stream was that Oris and Long. I'm sorry if I'm misrepresenting you, Deb. I was kind of listening while putting the kids to bed, but he said Oris and Longines are the same thing. Like he looks at them the same way. My mind exploded. I mean, I do like Oris, but come on, Longines on another level.
I look
At
at
least right
Longines
now.
more favorably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do really like Oris. Although that like they were talking about that new pointer date, manual round pointer date with the caliber 473. I want to say. I think they got really close there. I just wish they'd use the font and the styling of the big crown pointer date, like the vintage one.
Mm,
They've got the font nailed there.
that's a
And
nice
then
looking watch.
yeah, and the new one is so underwhelming. So but I think Longines needs a bit more credit. I know it's a subjective opinion there, but let's look at that pointer date. 473 I'm gonna type. I keep thinking I need to go into Instagram, which is a better place to find pictures like this. But compare this to the traditional big crown pointer date, where the font is just so crispy. This is so generic.
Mm.
Um, let me just search pointer date. That should bring up the regular one. Go here, yeah. This is the traditional. Wow, that's a terrible picture. Here, the Roberto Clemente. Look at that font. It's so
Yeah.
so beautiful. right? And there's so much personality here, not just because it's a Roberto Clemente, but if you look at, say, this Bob Standard or Bog Standard, Big Crown Pointer date, there's so much personality here. Um, I
I
feel
agree.
a lot of that got eaten up with the 473 model. Um, I wish they married this movement to that older dial because this movement is really nice. You know, I mean, it's not gawk at it nice, but it's really cool.
Yeah, but
what
it's
what are,
again, it's like what, $4,400 though.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they're not in their lane anymore.
no.
Yeah. Would yeah. Would anything would anything convince you to get another Oris?
Yeah, I mean, I like the Clemente. If I saw that
Yeah.
at a great price, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay. So it's not
yep,
written off
yeah. Just
okay.
not at probably not a caliber 400, unless it's like, but those are those are still probably more than I want to pay. But yeah, the Roberto Clemente, that's really beautiful. I've come close to buying it several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nice watch. That was oh, I wish I wasn't so um hasty because I wish I kept that one. I know they're out there and I can get one again, but that Roberto Clemente was my Roberto Clemente. I feel like it had a really impressive limited edition number on it as well that I
Mhm.
was happy with. Not that it matters, but um that was around the heat of the time where I was in a little hot water with Oris, and I
Oh.
I w- I wanted no Oris in my collection. I was emotional. I was like, I'm done, and uh, and I liquidated the Oris out of my collection, and Roberto Clemente was a casualty there. But Penny's here. Penny,
Hi,
hi.
Penny.
It's good to see you again. Second time. Um, so yeah, good to see you back. Hope you're doing well. Would love to hear about your collection. What's happened since we last spoke? um, did a Daytona happen? Come on, we got to hear more. um, Rolex and AP says Dib agrees with Penny. Um, Dib also saying saw the SLA 057 earlier today. Wow, look at that! Excellent watch, he says. It is. Super Mep, good to see you. Thoughts on the SPG 375? Excellent watch. Get it. 44, yeah, 44 GS case. Not too thick, so manageable thickness. And spring drive for a really reasonable price. So this is from their back catalog. Blue dial. Um, I I just so I I should pull it up. I keep thinking that everyone knows when these reference numbers comes up that everyone knows what it is, but not everyone does. So yeah, it's a beautiful blue. It's the signature Grand Seiko blue. Yeah, you should get it. if you know a place where you can get a good deal. I think these are underrated. The 373 is the champagne dial version of this. That's a really beautiful one too. I think I actually Dib and Rob, Bobby Legs, they were talking about these watches not too long ago. Uh, uh, sorry, Clayton. I know I went on a bit of a.
Oh no, that's okay.
um, Dib saying I look at them the same way, but doesn't mean it's correct for everyone. I know I won't buy anything from those two brands, like Rolex and AP.
No, I think Oris and Longines.
Oh, I see. I see. Gotcha. Sorry. Um, ugly down on the Oris took inspiration from the Mumbai specials. Yeah. Yeah, it's not pretty. Um,
The color is pretty, but yeah, I agree with you on the font.
yeah, nice looking for. I hope you mean the original big crowns, because yeah, that's
Oh gosh, I'm the host. Hello, everybody. I agree with yeah, we need Sanjay back here. He
I did
went
it.
away. There
I
he
did
is.
it.
I was
It-
like
it-
deer caught in the headlights there for a second.
yeah, sorry. It's been so long since I've done that, but I did it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Clayton. But what I was trying to do was share my screen again.
It's not as startling when there's other people here, but when you're the only other person, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened. I crossed myself out. But about that four, this four isn't so pretty. I don't think it's very generic. But Roberto Clemente four, which I don't have anymore, or the regular pointer date four, so good. It's yeah.
So how many Oris have you owned since the whole thing went down? You've had just the one Aquas since then, or have you owned others?
I had the oyster, like the oyster shell
Yeah.
aquas, New York limited edition. I've had more. Oh, I've had the Pro Pilot.
Okay.
Um,
That was all since the whole thing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that was the first one after the whole thing happened. The Big Crown Pro
Kerfuffle.
Pilot. Yeah. Um, the hiccup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, I don't think I've had any. I got close to picking up that recycled dial, like the recycled
Oh
plastic
yeah.
dial, but I never actually pulled the trigger on that one. So yeah, just two.
Upcycle, right? Yeah.
Upcycle, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Greg saying Clemente couldn't hold a candle to Yaz. Who's Yaz?
Carl Yastrzemski. He played for
Oh,
the Red Sox.
yeah. Uh, Red Sox. Well, who did Clemente play for?
Pirates.
Pirates. Yes, I
Pittsburgh
knew it.
Pirates.
I knew it. um, I got a comment here saying Joey B is happy tonight, but I don't see Joey B. Where's Joey B? What's he saying? I missed it. Um, Greg is being silly here. My smile is nice. I disagree. Oh, okay. Tom discovered me when I exposed. I didn't expose anything. Um, I was, yeah. I was, I mean, okay. let's not get into that again.
That's
Uh,
when I'd watched your what's the Seiko with the enamel green dial that I had?
oh, the SPB 213?
140?
Was it 140?
Yeah, maybe. SPB 140, I think. But and
Yeah.
then I bought the SBG P015, and you were like one of the only people that had videos on that. And then around that time the Oris thing happened. So I was like, I keep seeing this engineer wannabe guy.
um, when I think Keith introduced me to your podcast.
Yeah.
Because he said, "Oh, this guy Clayton, he's talking about you on the podcast." I was like,
Yes,
"Oh
that's right.
no, no, no. What's he saying?" But you were very kind.
Yeah, it was all good stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
And then yeah, Keith, I don't know how he discovered, but he reached out on Instagram. He was like the one of the first people that I didn't know already who like messaged out of the blue and just said hi. So that was cool.
Yeah, yeah. Keith is very encouraging. He's a
Yeah.
great friend. Um, so thanks, Keith. He was also the OG to appear on the live streams here too. He was the first one who took up my open invitation that everyone's welcome. So it's good. Good guy, Keith.
Penny and Keith were Penny emailed me, but I never checked my email, so I found it like weeks later. I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, I did that too. Dib here with an actual slap to the face. SVG 375 is like the Cresta 300 of the GS world. I agree. They need to discontinue it. I mean, they don't need to, but it's a it's a little long in the tooth. Um, but Christ, the 300, come on, come on. Something more flattering, like what's it like a I don't know. I was gonna say Toyota Corolla just to get him going, but that's even more insulting. Deech actually just got the SPG 469. Congrats. Um, let's pull that one up. That's a beauty. I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Uh, sorry. Oh, so good. SPG 469 with the cloud dial. I think
That's
that
nice.
like appears purpley, right? In oh, there's a yeah. Oh, oh, so good. Wasn't this like a limited edition of like 50 pieces or something crazy like that?
Wow.
What? Don't take my word for it. Let me double check here. Um, maybe not. I think I'm wrong. Okay, I was wrong. Yeah, I don't see any limited edition stuff here. So regular production, but very beautiful. Yeah. Sorry. Moving on. SBGY 009 is a good blue dial spring drive as well. Yeah. Baby blue Omiwatari. Yeah, I think I got that right. No, that's 007, isn't it? I'm off my game here.
So my brother-in-law was in Japan this past week, and
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't really see much. He did send he doesn't really know Grand Seiko at all. He's not like super into watches, but he sent a picture of the white birch and he fell in love with it. He didn't buy it, but he
Okay. Oh,
yeah, fell in love with
that
it.
would be quite the impulse.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Um, Underaching watch collector says Oris considers Sanjay as a person of interest rather than most wanted. Yeah.
You won't be going on the next big ski trip.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I since my last episode or last week, I really went head first into coffee. Like I got a French press, I got a burger grinder,
A
cheap
brew
ones, but
watch, brew watch.
no, no,
No.
no. I find those hideous. And they're cool, but hideous to me. But I get that the whole espresso thing going on there. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm talking watches and drinking coffee. uh, this would have been a good spot, like if Oris put a hit on me or something. That was the end of the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prestige Worldwide. Keith is CEO, says Kevin. Keith is worldwide. Okay, there we go. Clarification on the 469 boutique only, not limited. You guys are right on me there. Oh man, I corrected myself pretty quick, but Kevin was right there on the SVGY 009 007 when I said Omiwatari instead of yeah. Anyway, MST asking us to tell the tale of the Oris,
Do it.
the old fabled tale. Oh, it's been that's like a dead horse and there's maggots coming out of that horse. I mean, yeah. We can go into it real quick. I just I was one of the first people to actually buy the Caliber 400 Aquas, and I was super excited about it. Back then, I was a big Oris fanboy. Still kind of am a bit of a fanboy when it comes to Oris, but my AD showed me the watch before it was announced, and I fell on the floor pretty much. I was like, "You gotta let me have it. Like, I need this watch. I won't post any pictures until they actually announce it." But I was one of the first people to actually buy it, And then I noticed when I was setting the time that the minute hand would jump. And I thought, oh, I probably just knocked the crown and I was trying to push it in when I was synchronizing it to a time. Um, and it happened more and more. And I thought, oh, this is a real problem. So I started to actually, um, on purpose, trying to get the minute hand to jump. So when I'd set the time and push the crown in, it would always like jump 3 or 4 minutes. And I didn't realize, like I knew this was probably a like a manufacturing issue, and I didn't realize if it was like a worldwide thing. But I thought I'd, hey, I'd log this thing that's going on, hopefully get this replaced or fixed or whatever. And um, Oris told me, that I need to wiggle the crown before setting the time. Um, so that's kind of what happened. I was okay with it, but then the power reserve didn't last the 5 days. And then I was done with the watch. And yeah, then there was some weird issues with, at the time I was working with an AD, a local AD, and I was doing videos for them, something more professional, kind of like Watchfinder, but not all the way there. So I was doing, scripts, and I was talking into the microphone really nicely, and going through the whole specs of the watch and advertising the watch, and getting kind of into the whole YouTube thing. And this Oris issue actually made me step way back. I was like, I don't want anything money for anything. I want this to remain a hobby. Um, and yeah, even now, like when someone wants to send me something, a watch, I get all like, ooh, I don't know. I don't, yeah, maybe not. So yeah, that was the whole thing. But yeah, because I was working with that AD got really concerned about my video, and some stuff happened. He said some things to me that he probably shouldn't have. There was a big miscommunication, and it seemed like Oris was kind of blacklisting me and getting other YouTubers to speak ill about me, but it wasn't the case, or at least I believe it wasn't the case. So that was the whole kerfuffle.
A
But
certain guy with spiky hair had some things to say.
yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh man, yeah. It seemed like he was being kind at first, but then in the comment section, he had said something. I was like, oh, I was a big Bruce Williams spiky haired guy fan. um, I was a really big fan of his. And he was ripping me to shreds in one of the comments. I was like, oh, why? Um, and I was real like transparency nut back then. I mean, I still am a transparency nut. So for transparency's sake, I took screenshots and posted it on my channel community page, which I probably shouldn't have done. That probably rubbed him the wrong way too. But yeah. So yeah, I was in a lot of people's bad books for a while. It was not great. But all water under the bridge. I don't hold grudges like that. Only against PayPal. I don't hold grudges against people. So, yeah, and Oris, to their credit, they like the CEO spoke to me like on the phone for 40 minutes. Let me record the whole conversation because I actually thought, um, they were trying to. Back then, I thought they were trying to wrap me up in something and throw me under the rug. Not literally like put me down, but um, but I thought there was something weird and fishy going on. So he even let me record the conversation, and yeah, very very nice guy, VJ from Oris. I still not I still respect him. I always have respected him. I think he's a excellent gentleman. Um, and yeah, who am I for him to sit down and talk 40 minutes? He's a valuable man. Um, Not more valuable than you guys, but he's worth a lot more than me. And he was willing to sit down and chat with me and smooth things out, be very kind, and say that hey, I think that AD that you're chatting with is making this thing seem a whole lot worse than it is. Um, and yeah, so that's the story. Everything's good with me and Oris. Yeah. Any thoughts, Clayton?
No, I that's like Tom said earlier. That's when I first really like kept connected the dots. Like, oh, okay, I watched a couple of his reviews, and no, it was I thought it was great that it was nice and refreshing to see an honest, might sound harsh, an honest Oris review,
Oh,
because
no.
I just get the feeling that they're not all that honest. So that's all I'll say. So it was refreshing, and I remember I saw Bruce and his unkind comments, and I felt I think I was like part of his Patreon at that time and stuff, and I was turned off by it too, and I, wanted I don't felt like you should be defended there because I thought what you said was true.
Yeah.
Obviously. And then other people started, like, he actually did a video saying it was legit, it happened to him, and then people found out about the fix
Yeah.
and all that. It really ended up being no big deal, but nobody really knew that at first. So
Right. And it isn't a big deal. I think if you go into really high end watches, it's more common.
hmm
Um, but and just for clarity's sake, Oris has fixed this in the modern caliber 400s. The minute hand jumps now when you pull out the crown. So in all the watches that I've handled in the past year or so of the caliber 400, when you pull out the crown, the minute hand jumps, which is perfectly fine because you know you're not trying to set the time. And as the minute hand jumps, it
yeah,
jumps. Um, or you are trying to set the time, but you're not trying to synchronize your time. Um, so yeah, I think Oris has done a good job. Also, to clarify, I don't think you know. I think maybe Bruce made a mistake, right? He doesn't know me. Who am I? Again, who am I? Bruce Williams is this, established YouTuber with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Even at the time, he was pretty big. Um, and yeah, who am I? Some shrimp somewhere, and he doesn't know me, so I could have been being disingenuous, right? And I think it's not fair to even think of Bruce Williams in a bad light now, many years after this has happened. Um, I I think we should cut Bruce some slack. So
I just remember seeing his comment and being like, well, why would engineer wannabe, I didn't know you as Sanjay yet. I was like, well, why would he like make this up or embellish the story? He has nothing to gain from being dishonest about. Like, why would he embellish it? That's what I kept thinking. So I was like,
yeah,
it happened to him. Like, he's just reporting that it happened.
yeah, it did, it did. But uh, advocating for him, um, I could have been a guy, who knows that controversy brings views, right? I didn't. I wasn't. And it did bring views. Like a lot of people found me through that whole Oris thing. Um, but it wasn't my intention. I had no idea that would happen. But he could have thought of me as one of those guys who's searching for controversy. Found an opportunity here with a brand new movement and took the took the hit on Oris to get popular. So
You could have made a video that said save $4,000 and buy this Sujist off.
yeah, don't
But
buy
you
this.
didn't.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
I liked uh I liked a Jay's pun there. I suggest you don't buy this.
yeah, that was good.
That was really good. Um,
Uh,
yeah, we all
uh,
suggest you don't buy a cheap knockoff of really beautiful A384. Don't do it, please. But yeah, I'll just scroll through the chat here, see what you guys are saying. Dude, what if Oris pushes their hand into the maggot and cuts a dead horse? Um, let's see. Hey, Bobby K, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. We gotta talk to you. Hopefully, you can join us for a Super Bowl themed watch brand face off.
what's
And
the
anyone
score of
else,
the
if you want to
game? It's
join us.
not sounding good for the Giants.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you gonna watch that, Clayton?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I actually, long story, but I have DirecTV, and like Fox. There's like a disagreement where like the company that owns the Fox channel pulled their broadcasting. So haven't had
Oh,
Fox for a few months.
oh, really?
Yeah, just on DirecTV, I think,
Yeah.
which we have. So
Okay. Kara Julie saying it's time to load up the trunk. It hasn't been that long. It was December 31st that I loaded up my trunk with watch boxes. um, let's see. Oh, Kevin's saying they're all on the Oris payroll. Oh,
I kind of
uh,
feel that. I kind of, well, I said that in my podcast too. I kind of think that's the case,
yeah.
but that's I mean, good for Oris.
Do you think
They
it was like that back then? I mean, you could have argued Bark and Jack was kind of. I mean,
yeah,
it's it's kind of not nice to say that either because we don't know, but um,
speculation.
yeah, there was that ski trip, right? When they announced,
Yeah, they were all there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Caliber 4. No, Big Crown Pro Pilot X.
Yeah, it was
That was
one of those. But like podcasters went too. Like even like the Two Broke Watch Snob, one of
Oh, they
those
did?
guys went. Like so, and I don't yeah, I don't think they're bought and sold, but maybe I don't know. But they don't
Yeah,
seem like the kind of guys that would do that. But
yeah.
still, if even subliminally, like if a brand, and this is why I would never do anything like that, because like a brand like pays for me to go on a ski trip, like I'm even if I have good intentions, I'm probably going to have some sort of favorable bias
Hmm.
towards them, right?
Yeah. I don't trust myself enough to be unbiased
Same,
after that.
same.
So, yeah, I would, if I were to make a video after that, I would say, just so you guys know, Horace took me on the ski trip.
Yes.
My opinion is kind of suspect now. So,
Yeah.
but,
Take it with a
'cause
grain of salt.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a spoonful of salt.
Yeah. Whole
But
container
I
of
mean,
Morton's salt.
to be fair though, Adrian did do that. Like he recorded the whole ski trip. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Bobby K saying honesty is the best policy. Absolutely. I have a zero tolerance from myself for lying. Um, and when you do, always tell the truth. Your story always checks out. Big perk. Uh,
I think and back to like Almond and Dib and Ajay earlier, like I think they don't YouTubers don't always tell the whole story. Like Jody
mm,
is getting a free watch, but he's probably getting paid. And I know for a fact another YouTuber has done that.
yeah,
Not naming names, but
yeah,
so I'm sure they're just not 100% transparent
right.
with that. And I think that's where you just have to like understand when you're watching these reviews, like, eh, just try it on for yourself if you can, because these reviews might be compromised.
Mm. Well, Jody has said in the past and on podcasts, like if you listen to the SoCal Watch Reviews podcast, where Jody very graciously had an interview with Miguel, um, and he mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Jody. He mentioned he does get paid like for every review.
Okay.
He does get money. Like he requests for his time to do the review and to expose the audience to that watch.
Hmm.
There's a fee. So
Okay.
he's like upright about it, but or open about it, but it's not on
Yeah,
every
not in his
video.
videos.
So
If
like
you
most
like,
people would never hear about
yeah,
that, right?
if you
So
happen to hear that podcast, you'd know. But
yeah,
that would just because obviously he does say like just so you know, I don't have to return this watch. I wish he would
right.
include like and
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. That's true. Because there's a tech YouTuber called Mr. Mobile. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's
Mm,
really popular. Um, and he, at the end of every video, has kind of like a disclaimer. He says, Samsung provided this device for review. they have had no insight about the contents of this video, and they're seeing it at the same time as you are. And he also says Samsung did pay for an all expense paid flight to Maui for such and such an
Okay.
event. So
Yep.
I think that's great because it's right at the end of the video, and it's short and quick and to the point. I think that's the way to tackle this. Right? At the end of the video, you can say, Suggest sent me this watch. I get to keep it. Suggest paid me for my time to review this watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah, I
they get to
agree.
see this. They did not have any input about the contents of this video. I think that would make a lot make a lot of progress towards clarity and trust. I think so. Yeah.
Not to pick on Bruce, but that watch you had, the Oyster, he went, I think, flew out to New York to like be a part of like he went
Oh,
oyster, whatever you call it, oystering, if you will, with
yeah.
for, and yeah, like again, you just wonder like, did Oris pay your flight? Did you pay the flight? Like
Oh, yeah.
sometimes those are the things I wonder about that I'm not sure. I don't know if other people care or not, but some
Right.
transparency
Yeah. Would be
would be
would be
yeah,
nice.
appreciated.
Yeah. Uh, okay, quickly through the chat. We're running a bit late. I know. Some not so nice comments about Mr. Bruce. Uh, I, I mean, no offense to you guys. I know. I don't want to hide the comments, but I don't want to. Okay, sorry. Internal conflict. I had coffee, so I'm I'm conflicted here. Bruce Williams breakdances. That was a weird video. Was that about a Grand Seiko or something? I feel like
Yeah, I
yeah.
vaguely remember that.
Um,
He came out. He was he came on my third episode of my podcast. Like he was really gracious with his time.
yeah,
Nothing bad to say about him at all. He was very nice
yeah.
um, to do that.
And after all this, I don't know if you remembers, but back when I remember Watch Chronicler was or Armand, the watch guy,
Yeah,
he did a live stream with Bruce, and I was there as on in the chat, and he would always like address my comments and talk about it, very cordially and jovially. So yeah, I'm inclined to think it was just a mistake, maybe. I don't know.
yeah. And after that, like we actually texted for a while after that too, and he was always very nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I just didn't appreciate what he said about you.
It's all a big mistake, misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Bruno saying new movements can have problems. Omega with the 3861 brass bushing tag with their Octavia. Yeah, I agree,
Right.
Bruno. And I went into the Caliber 400 knowing there might be issues, which is why I kind of wanted to log it as well. See how that 10-year warranty, that was state of the what do you call it? Bleeding edge or leading the industry. 10-year warranty. That was,
Cutting edge or
yeah, yeah.
yeah, industry stand or yeah, can't think either.
Yeah, so I was thinking, hey, if I own this watch for 10 years, let's see how that warranty pans out. How does Oris take care of stuff? And I I probably had like 500 subscribers back then, so um, I didn't think I was making a dent into. Yeah, I wasn't. I was a shrimp, right? I am a shrimp, um, but Oris wouldn't be swayed either way. Like with 500 subs, they wouldn't know who I was, and my personality wouldn't affect their treatment of a regular customer. So I wanted to log all that and see how it went. Right, that wasn't in the forefront of my mind, but it was there. Um, Misty, don't do that. Says no more Oris for me. Don't. Yeah, it's been long water on the bridge, long time, and it was all lots of misunderstandings going on there. Yeah, Tom saying Caliber 400 was pretty impressive spec movement when it was released. It still is, I'd say. 5-day power reserve.
Yeah.
um, Let's see. I'm open to a trip to Maui, says Dib, sponsored by Suggest. uh, UWC says, heck, I'd even go on an Invicta cruise. Oh, man. Yeah, my previous boss sent me a picture when he was on a cruise, and he sent me this wall of Invictas, and he said, "Should I buy one of these?" And I said, "No, no."
Cruise on by.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Mobile is a Boston boy. He's also a watch guy.
Hmm.
Because he went to he like he's a big tech guy, and he mentioned the Wind Up Watch show, watch fair. Um, and yeah, one of the times where I almost fell off my seat because worlds were colliding. Tech and watches. So yeah, what's his name? Michael Fisher. There we go. Finally got it. Michael Fisher. Great.
I have to check
Um,
his channel. I don't watch it.
yeah, yeah. Great. Great tech YouTuber. Very high on the integrity scale. So yeah, I think we come here to the end. Um, Chaz, Bruce can break dance. That's a compliment, kind of. Bruce has the best frosted tips in the business. Compliment. I didn't know he had frosted tips. I haven't seen his videos in a while. So um,
Yeah, I don't watch him. I don't watch him all that much.
for one of the watch soups that we did, wasn't there something really atrocious that he said? I can't quite
Yeah,
remember.
so he got an
Oh
email
yes,
and he named the authorized dealer like and we don't know like if this person's story was legit or not and he like called out that authorized dealer. I think they responded with their side of it and then
right.
like he was talked into taking that video down, which he did.
Yeah,
But I think you save that you saved it or something
I
because
did.
you figured it was going to be deleted.
Deleted. Which it was.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that was a whole mistake too on Bruce. Like, yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't really hold him to. I'm looking for that video in my computer right now. Sorry, that's why I'm a little distracted. You can't really, I mean, hold him to that. It was probably a good thing that he did delete that video. And
Yes.
um, yeah,
He was
I think it
talked
was.
into his friends told him you probably should that was probably not a good thing to do and you should probably delete it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, Man, the internet has a long memory, doesn't it? Oof.
Oh yeah, the whole Air King thing.
Yeah. Thomas asking a good question here. Is it really a big deal that YouTubers charge money to review watch brands? I I don't think so.
I wish
I
they were straightforward about it.
Yeah.
More power to them. Just like
Yeah, like
not everyone knows that. So
yeah. Like I don't know if you're here, Thomas, but good to see you by the way, Thomas. Um I don't know if you're here when I mentioned Mr. Mobile from he used to be in Pocket now. Pocket, yeah. A tech YouTuber. He at the end of every one of his videos where he reviews a phone or a tablet or something, he'll say, Samsung provided this phone or tablet. I do not have to return it. They paid for an all expense paid trip to this place, and he says it really quickly, kind of like the side effects of a drug. Might cause death, vomiting, diarrhea, but he says it really quickly at the end of one of those commercials, and I think that provides a lot of transparency. So I think it's something we should all look into
S-
doing.
So O'Sheen O'Malley, just formerly the Timeless Watch channel, he just did a video on the that Sega design watch that's like the globe dial, and
Oh yeah.
I don't know for sure that he put paid at all. And then I saw like on the community tab he said like why is it this video is like really low views? Why is that? And I even commented on there. It's like because this is not a watch you would ever buy and your audience knows that and it's like why they know it's just like it's a payday for you and that's all it is so
Mhm.
your audience would rather watch the watches videos on watches that you're actually passionate about. And
Right.
a lot of people said that. And I don't know that he disclosed that it had to be a paid review. I don't know if it is or not, but it certainly came off that way.
Yeah.
So
Hmm. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Well, Sheen's, what was that? Zero West. The
yes,
watches are hideous, but man, those
his
videos
videos
are
are great. That Dam Busters
legendary.
video was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Tom here is calling it a night, so we should probably call it a night
Yes.
too, Mister
If
Mister
Will's
Wilsdorf.
dork is done, then we're done.
We're done. Thank you, everyone, for staying with us. Sorry for going a bit longer. Hope you all have a great week ahead. You are infinitely valuable. You're precious. You're worth it. I hope you know that. And yeah, chat with you next week. I'm looking forward to that Super Bowl face-off thing. Watch during
Yeah, we
face-off.
have a few weeks to hash that out, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah, that'll be so much fun. All right, guys. See you soon.